Hi everybody, it's Marina here. Yesterday I talked about my experience with depression and I had such wonderful outreach after that. Thank you. It's very sweet, I guess, just hitting record and talking and speaking from the real live moment of whatever I was going through touches people. And I mentioned in my video that I want to express more, and I thought maybe I'm just going to hit record every day and see what comes out. But I do want to expand on depression and some more thoughts about one remedy that seems to be a pattern that does get me out of the state, that flat deadness, lack of vitality, not wanting to live kind of state. And one of the things that I realized after the fact, after I made my video, is what happened that caused me to start crying and starting to feel relief and like I'm coming back to aliveness again, was that just before then I had confessed some feelings. I was actually thoughts, because I wasn't really feeling anything other than that deadness. I basically confessed my sins, quote unquote. Somewhere I learned that the word sin and how it's used in the Bible is actually, the word is without. If you think about it in Latin language, sin is without. And also somewhere I learned that it actually means misunderstandings. So the whole confess your sins in the Bible that I started reading into a little bit, confess your sins and he will come, confess your sins and faith will be had, something like that keeps popping up. And I could put some of those quotes in my comments just as reference. But that's exactly what frees us up. It's like telling our truth, confessing things that are difficult to confess, confessing things that feel shameful or very scary, like you're scared of judgment or rejection, to share with people that you're scared to share with, but if you did, it basically releases you. By sharing those kind of thoughts with people, especially with like someone you want to communicate with directly, or it's someone you need to be really honest with, or someone that if you were to open up and be really honest about where you are, it would bring you closer immediately. I wish I could get more specific, but with examples, but saying to someone, I am feeling insecure, or I am feeling jealous, or I may look cheery today. Let's say you're at work and you say, I may look cheery today, but actually, the reason I dressed up so nice, thanks for noticing, is really because I feel like crap, and it's a way to lift myself up. It's not that you owe anyone any of that, but I think when we open that up and we don't keep things so much on the surface, and there's no assumptions, and we paint this picture when someone looks so put together or acts so put together, we have no idea what actually is, all the depths and layers of a person and what they're going through and what brings them to appear to us that way in this moment. We have no idea. So I just love it when we share this truth that gives it more depth and more dimension than just what you see. And yeah, sometimes what you see is what you get. Those are the people we feel really relaxed around. Ooh, that was cool. There's a truck with its window reflecting right at me. That's where I'm looking, by the way, is outside the window. It's a sunny day, so it's time to go for a hike. And look, the lighting's now weird. Okay, so anyway, we relax a lot around people who are just natural as they are, whose outsides match their insides. It's like our whole nervous system relaxes around people like that. There's no hidden agenda. There's no hidden anything. You can feel it, and they don't even need to say anything. But then there's other people who, we just feel it. We're such sentient beings. We can feel when someone walks in the room and they're cranky. But then they're trying to put on this air like they're not. And actually, we all see it. So that mismatch just causes tension. And I think we live in a world that mismatch is constantly there. I know I'm super aware of it. You can call it an empath or intuitive or whatever. We all have that. We all sense the real truth between what we see and what it feels like. And when it matches, there's this relaxation. And when it doesn't, we can tell. And what we do with it is, up to us. No one owes us an explanation. But trust your gut. Trust that when someone shows up a certain way and you can tell that they're acting another way, your gut tells you where they really are. And again, you don't have to do anything with that, but just trust yourself. But back to the sins and confessing sins. It's incredibly powerful to share with someone what you're really thinking in the moment. It unveils that. It takes away that, the difference between the visual and the sensory. It takes away everything I was just talking about. It immediately creates a connection with someone. And same with feeling joyful. So it's not just all about negative stuff. I think some people actually keep themselves small and down when really internally they're very happy, but then they keep things under wraps because they're too afraid of what other people will think if they're too joyful. I relate to that a lot. Sometimes I burst with joy, but I'm around people who are really low, and I notice that when I express it, they just get even lower, and so then I keep myself small and I dim my light to accommodate them. But who am I serving? Nobody when I do that. But yeah, so what lifted and started unwinding and bringing out tears and emotion for me was confessing some thoughts I'd been having that I'd been repressing. And as soon as I let them be witnessed by someone I needed to be witnessed by, there was relief. I didn't have to carry that anymore. And I really wish that people would open up more and more this way. And they are. I see it happening all the time. It's great. But there's so much more to do on that front. There's so much more we could connect. It's incredible how beautiful and relieving and loving and peaceful that is when you can just say what you've been wanting to say, or share something that is really scary to share. And of course, if it's received well, that's part of the relief, that it was received really well, because that's a whole other thing. Can we find a place, a space, a person that we can talk to, and then have them receive what we say, and then basically gets witnessed by them. We can also do it ourselves, to be a witness to ourselves. That one's takes a little more finesse and practice. There is a way to just confess to yourself how you're really feeling. Writing it out, creating something from that, drawing, doodling, painting, molding something with your hands. Artists are beautiful transformers of emotion into a visual, and you can see and feel both. It's really powerful and valuable to do that. So I guess this is an offer of a remedy. When you're feeling depressed, again, I mentioned it's not a feeling. When you're in that state of depression, voicing it, not so much just I am depressed, which is affirming the state, but more any peripheral thoughts, emotions that are running that maybe don't even seem relevant to the depression, but somehow something that's looping or ruminating, release it, talk to someone, if anything, your cat or your dog, or write it out and look at the words as if your best friend just wrote that to you. It's a way to be a witness to yourself. I still enjoyed, sharing with peers, friends, loved ones, to be witnessed by them, that is super loving and powerful, and probably the fastest route to relief, especially when it's received well. So that's the video for today. Thank you for watching if you are, and I'll see you next time. Just curious, and I'm actually really grateful that people are reaching out. Is wonderful. They don't feel alone. They feel like they're not alone in their depression, as I shared yesterday. So that really touched me. But I'm curious too about your remedies. And again, keeping in mind, with depression more of a state versus a feeling, because I don't think depression is a feeling. You can be chronically sad, but I think that's different. But anyway, it's different than what I'm talking about. All right, curious about your thoughts and feelings and insights. So please continue to share if you're called to do so. Have a beautiful day. Bye.